Are we going to be looking at the same progression of time from 60 to 70 as 70 to 80 in leveling? And also, are you going to be more focused on solo questing, or is it going to be a lot of more group-based questing getting to 80?
So I'll answer the part about the leveling time. A lot of that has to do with how much content there is and how, we don't really want you to level up so quickly that you don't play very many of the quests. So a lot of it we base off of how many quests there are, and we certainly don't ever want you to have to end up grinding and not having, running out of quests and having nothing to do other than grind. So some of that's based on the content, but my guess would be that it would be pretty similar to leveling from 60 to 70. As far as the other question goes, I believe Jeff can answer that.
Okay. Regarding the quests, we definitely want to focus in the outdoor world, so in the exterior zones in Northrend, on solo quests. We feel like dungeons are the place for grouping, arenas like Wintergrass, Battlegrounds are the place for PvP, but the outdoor world is all about solo questing. And if people don't want to group, then hey, that's their business. So we want to keep the ratio of group quests to solo quests way in favor of the solo quests. I think there are some sorts of group quests that end up working out pretty well in the exterior zones, where you get these groups of sort of comedians that will form and disband after a while. But definitely a lot of solo quests. Something that we also didn't have when we originally shipped the Burning Crusade, but we will have for Northrend, is the idea of daily quests as well. And we look at daily quests as not just being a solo person or a casual person mechanic, but something for everybody in the game, whether it's the raider who wants to pay for his repair bills, or the PvPer who wants to get in there and buy some trade skilled items. That having a lot of daily quests gives you something to do when you're by yourself and you can't get something more organized going. There's also more daily quests coming in our next patch. There's going to be a dungeon daily quest, a battleground daily quest, and a cooking daily quest. Everybody played for the cooking one.
My question was about the Death Knight and how he was going to play with the different factions, because you hadn't really mentioned if they're going to be both Alliance and Horde, if they're going to be allowed in the same old capital cities, and also if you could mention what type of minions he's going to be able to summon, and if he'll be able to summon more than one.
Okay, well, as far as playable for Alliance and Horde, yes, absolutely, they're going to be playable by both the Alliance and Horde. They are not going to be like their own separate faction or anything like that. They will work like normal character classes in that regard. You'll be able to go to the cities, and wherever possible, we will flavorize the NPCs to show their detest for Death Knights, that kind of thing. But in general, that'll sort of feel a lot like any other character class. And what was the other question?
The minions that you're going to be able to summon.
The minions are kind of like in the video that we showed. We showed the Army of the Dead spell, where a whole bunch of undead come popping out of the ground, and they run and they just attack stuff haphazardly. That's kind of the approach we expect to take. We don't actually expect that the Death Knight's going to be a heavy, pet or minion kind of character class feel in general. They're going to have a couple of those abilities that feel like, accents to the character class, but they really aren't all about the pet or the summoned minions.
Hi, my question is mainly about hero classes in the future. Are we going to be able to play all of them, or are we going to have to pick a certain hero class? And then also, are you giving us more character slots?
So right now we don't actually have any plans to add new character slots. However, okay, point noted. So as far as will you be able to play all the hero classes? It's too early to say at this point. We haven't actually done any expansions past Wrath of the Lich King yet, so I don't know for sure. But I think it's a reasonable assumption that you'd be able to create different hero classes.
My question is a little bit of a combination from an earlier one. When Burning Crusade came out, a lot of the currently existing content up to that point was just kind of ignored. Most people just quickly went, if they were leveling out, straight from 1 to 70. With the new expansion pack, are we going to see maybe more focus on better powered items from stuff that's legacy content, heroics, different things